Let's now put these tips to practice by performing several examples. Example 1a. Perform the indicated operations and simplify all results completely. 24 minus 8t over t plus 2 divided by 4t minus 12 over t plus 1. The first step you want to do is recognize what operation is being performed on these rational expressions. In this case, the operation is division. When you divide fractions, remember you need to invert your second fraction and multiply. So let's start by doing that. We're going to rewrite our problem as 24 minus 8t over t plus 2. And instead of dividing, we're going to be multiplying by the reciprocal. So we want to turn that upside down. T plus 1 over 4t minus 12. Good. Now, the next step when we're multiplying or dividing fractions is to factor things out to see if anything will cancel. So that's what we want to do. Now, as I'm looking at this term here, I'm going to put it off to the side. Remember, 24 minus 8t can be written as negative 8t plus 24. I always like to put my coefficients, my variable terms first. And when I do that, I'm going to take out a negative 8. So I'm going to factor out from the top a negative 8. And what that leaves me with is t minus 3 inside. Let's check to make sure this is factored correctly. Negative 8 times t is negative 8t. Negative 8 times negative 3 is positive 24. Good. Now the bottom is already factored as far as it can go, t plus 2. Now we have the numerator in the second rational expression, t plus 1, but that's already factored as far as it can go. And now we have the denominator, 4t minus 12. We want to take out the greatest common factor here as well. That number is 4. That leaves us with t minus 3. 4 times t is 4t. 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. Perfect. So we've made sure everything's factored out. Now we can cancel things that are common. Now notice one more thing. I could take this negative 8 and factor it out, if you like, as negative 4 times 2. I could do that right here. And the only reason I say that is this will help us to observe that we can cancel a common factor of 4. All right, so let's go about canceling our common factors now. Notice negative 8 is actually negative 4 times 2. So I could cancel this factor of 4 from the 8 and 4 from the bottom. And that's just going to leave me with negative 2 here when I cancel 4 from negative 8. I can also cancel the common factor of t minus 3. And so what does that leave me with? Because nothing else will cancel. That leaves me with negative 2 times t plus 1 all over t plus 2 times 1, which is just t plus 2. T plus 2 won't cancel with t plus 1. We have simplified as far as we can go, so you can box your answer at this point. Or if you prefer, you can multiply out the numerator, negative 2t minus 2 all over t plus 2. Either answer will work. And we're finished with example 1a. Example 1b. Perform the indicated operations and simplify all results completely. A squared minus 16 over a times a squared plus 3a over a squared minus a minus 12. Now, as before, the first step is to observe the operation that you're being asked to perform on these rational expressions. In this case, it's multiplication. When we multiply fractions, we multiply straight across. But before doing that, we want to cancel any common factors. So our first step is to factor. Let's do that. Let's rewrite our problem, and as we're doing that, we want to factor. So a squared minus 16, that's a difference of squares, and that factors as a minus 4 times a plus 4. All over a, that's as factors as far as it will go, a squared plus 3a. Here we can take out a greatest common factor of a. So a can be taken out from both of these terms, and that leaves us with a plus 3. A times a is a squared, a times 3 is 3a. Let's factor the trinomial on the bottom. Notice we can factor the trinomial on the bottom as the following. A minus 4 times a plus 3. A squared plus 3a minus 4a gives us minus a, and negative 4 times 3 gives us negative 12. So we factored our problem completely. The next step is to cancel common factors. What do we observe that will cancel? Well, I'll start here. I have a factor of a minus 4 that cancels from the numerator and the denominator. I don't have anything to cancel with this a plus 4, but I can cancel this factor of a from the numerator and denominator. And likewise, I can cancel this factor of a plus 3 from numerator and denominator. This leaves me simply with the following as I multiply across. 1 times a plus 4 times 1 simply gives me a plus 4. And on the bottom, I have 1 times 1 times 1, which is just 1. That means I simply have a plus 4 over 1, which is just a plus 4. Our problem has simplified down to a plus 4. That ends example 1b.